Good morning, Mom. How are you doing this morning? I hope you got some sleep. I can't say I got a whole lot, although I know I did because I had a weird dream. I say weird. I only remember bits and pieces of it, but I'm like, what was I thinking when I went to bed? So I know I got a little bit of sleep, but I'm tired. I'm really tired. But I hope you slept. I think you had a doctor's appointment yesterday. Or is it today? I think it was yesterday, and I haven't talked to you. Today is Tuesday what is today? I had to look. Today is the 8th. I think you said your appointment was yesterday. And I didn't call you last night, so by the time you see this, I'll probably have already called you. I'm uploading a video right now for, I think the date on that one was the 4th. I think that's the day I did that one, on the 4th, so 4 days ago. I'm trying to get caught back up. I got the one uploaded yesterday for the 31st and the 1st. I compiled those into one. I did the 4th. I'm just going to do it for one day. It's not a very long one. I don't know why I'm telling you this, because by the time you see this, you will already have seen that one, but that's what I'm thinking about this morning, so you get to hear it. Anyway, I'm trying to get those caught up. I sat in the living room last night and crocheted a little bit. I had kind of set myself a goal of trying to crochet at least 2 or 3 of those flowers every night. I got 1.5 done. Although I probably could have gotten the second one done, but I was sitting there playing on my game, on my little coloring thing, and watching TV when all of a sudden I remembered, oh man, I was going to do that. And so I ran in and got all my crochet stuff. And so I got started on it a little bit late. I should have, but it's just laying in there. So tonight I'll know that it's in there. Okay, I got to do my mascara, so I'm going to hold on a minute. Okay, I got my mascara on. I just cannot do that on camera. Or I guess because I have to cut it out anyway because I'm not talking. So I edit it out. So I guess I should have put my lipstick on at the same time. But I didn't. So anyway, I don't know what I was saying. Other than I'm editing those videos in there and trying to get them uploaded. And I should have another one out today. Should. And then nothing planned for tonight. Nothing at all planned for tonight. Which is normal. The regular Tuesday night. So we're boring. I say that all the time. We're boring. But I do want to, it's cold again tonight. I thought that last night was our last night for being cold, but it was 40, I think. I mean, it's cold to me. Maybe that's not necessarily cold, but it was cold to me. So I wasn't expecting it to be that chilly this morning. But I think that was the end of it. We're supposed to be warm again all week. Actually, we're in the 80s and 60s at night, so it's going to be nice weather. Really, really nice weather. So that ought to be fun. Hold on. Okay, I had to get dressed. before I stand here and talk and run out of time. I'm going to run in there and check the video before I leave. I still need to make my water. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Yeah, I feel like I'm forgetting something today. I can't think of anything else right now, but it just seems like there's something else that I should be doing, or I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, I think I should have waited to start this video because I've had to pause it so many times. And it's getting dark because I gotta turn the lights off. I wasn't very prepared. I thought I was ready to video. What you doing? Are you ready to get down? Can you get down? That's his spot while I'm getting, oh, there you go. While I'm getting ready in the mornings. Okay. Oh, I forgot to turn the light off. Darn it. Okay. Maybe I have you set for the moment. If you could only see what goes on behind the scenes. I have flipped this camera around and dropped it, and, well, not dropped it, but knocked it over. Just trying to get stuff set up. I'm not very prepared. And see, here I am again. I have Keely's, I need to get that out tonight. I have that stand that she bought me, and it's still in there in my drawer. I keep forgetting that it's in there. And see, I'm fighting with this one this morning and trying to find something to set you on, and that one is a tripod and everything. I wouldn't have to do that. I've got to go get it and pull it out so that I see it, and I'll have it whenever I'm here working on these. So one of my big problems is I have to create a thumbnail for every video. So the little picture that goes, that you see when to click to watch the video. I have to make that. And I forget it every time, and I'm ready to upload it. I'm like, oh man, I can't do it, because you can't get past that first page without the thumbnail. You have to have the video and a thumbnail. And I forget it every dadgum time. So I'm trying to go in here, and all I do is I pull the video, and I try to find one spot that I'm not going, or something like that when I'm talking, and which is not always an easy task. And if I pause the video just right, I don't have, how do I say that? There's a bar, the play bar that comes up across the bottom. And if I pause it and that bar is like, because sometimes when I'm moving the camera, then the bar goes like right across my chin or something like that, and it cuts my face off. And so trying to find the right spot to take the picture has been hard. And I was trying in the beginning to, find a spot that I was kind of halfway smiling and there wasn't anything going on in the background. No, it's just not going to happen. It's just not. I'd have to sit and pose, and I guess I could do that, like at the end of every video or something like that, and, turn the camera just right where I have a good view. But I know I'm not going to do that. It's going to be like this, where I forget, and I'm in there scrambling, trying to figure out, okay, where's the best picture to put on as a thumbnail, which is what I'm doing right now. So it's funny, all the little things, and then I never remember where my little tool is to do it. I always have to hunt for it. You would think I had some of this down, but I don't. Okay, the video is uploading, so it should be available here in just a few minutes. And I've got to get me some water made for work. My cup. Let me get some ice. Okay. I am seriously going to have to do some editing on this video. I have had, every time I start something, I have to walk away from the camera. But I think I have it all done now. Frank knows I'm about to leave. I don't know if you'll be able to see him from this far. Can you see him all the way over there? He's just staring at me. He is not happy that I'm getting ready to go. So, anyway, but I am. I think I have everything done. I don't have everything done. I've got a little bit of cleanup that I've got to do, but I'm not going to do that until lunch or maybe even when I get home this afternoon. I'm taking me some granola to work. I get so hungry I fix me 2 eggs, and then we each have, a couple pieces of bacon in the morning. And usually about 3 pieces of bacon. And that's at right about 4:20, 4:25, something like that in the morning. And by 9 o'clock, 9:30, I am so hungry at work. And then I still have, a couple hours to go before I leave for lunch. And anyway, so I've been taking me something to snack on. And I'm trying my best to get all my water in. And that helps, to keep from snacking quite so much. But still, I get hungry. I get really hungry. So I'm taking that. And I can't think of anything else right now. I was thinking of some things this morning that I wanted to tell you, and they've just completely left me. So hopefully I will remember them this afternoon when I get home. That's what I'm hoping for. So we'll see. But this part's going to be pretty short because I know I'm going to have to edit most of this stuff out of there. But I will see you when I get back this afternoon. I love you. I hope you have a good day. Hey, Mom. How are you? Did you have a good day? It is, I don't know, after 5:30-ish, probably something like that. I got home just a few minutes ago, changed my clothes, and coming out to feed the chickens late again. I was doing good there for a couple of days, getting them in the morning or at lunch at the latest. And today I didn't make it. So, oh man, they've knocked their water over again. Dadgummit, goofy birds. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. I gotta figure out something with them. All right, let me set you down while I feed the birds. Okay, I just want to show you. She's got her 2 little eggs. I don't know if I get it to focus. Come on. There. She's got her 2 little eggs in there. I guess she needs a dirt bath. Okay. I have another one of these black and white chickens that looks like she's trying to set. She had 4 eggs under her, and I've noticed the last couple of days when I've come out to feed that one spot where she's setting, the eggs have been warm, so I knew somebody was sitting on them. But this time she didn't want to get up when I opened up the thing. Usually she's already gone, so I didn't know which one it was. And it's funny, I actually think that she is our other oldest one, the one that we've had with Goldie. So we have 2 left from our original flock from, gosh, they would be going on 4 years old. Yeah, they would have to be going on 4 years old. And I'm pretty sure that that's her. Okay, had to turn the water off. So that's interesting if it's the 2 older ones that are doing it, which is fine, because I know, what do they say, like around 5 years old or so is where they really start cutting back on their egg production. So, but I took them. I didn't, honestly, it was kind of a relief when, you know, Goldie's down to those 2 eggs, and then one may not hatch at all, depending on how long they can go without being warm. So, because I'm just not ready for a bunch of baby chicks. Although I kept telling Keely and Zach, I said, hey, y'all get ready because I'm going to have you some baby chicks. And they were excited for them. So, but I would still, I would still give them probably a couple of my grown ones too. But I was coming out to look at the garlic. There's my garlic. It's looking pretty good. The guy is coming to, the one that does some of our yard work. He's coming Friday, I think. I think that's what Jeremy said. And he's actually going to come weed eat and stuff and clean up my garden a little bit. Because it's just, look at this. It is, oh, the sun maybe. No, there it goes. It is just so overgrown. It's so bad. Let me see. I'm trying not to turn the camera around because it takes, I don't know if you can see this. This tree still has dogwood blooms all over it. A lot of them have fallen, but there's still quite a bit out here. But anyway, so he's going to come out and kind of clean up my garden area a little bit on Friday. I felt bad, but I think he's messaged. I don't know if Jeremy's messaging him or if he's messaging Jeremy asking if we need anything. I'm not really sure. I took it that he was messaging Jeremy asking if we had anything we needed him to do. And I felt kind of bad, you know, because I'm like, this is something that I kind of want to come do, but I just don't have time. So it'll be nice to have it done, and I can come out and plant in my garden and not have to worry about spending 3 hours out here. Shoot, more than that. I probably spend a whole day out here weed eating and stuff, trying to get it cleaned up. But anyway, I'm going to go pick up dinner tonight. Jeremy and I were talking a minute ago, and I said, I don't want to, I was in there taking my clothes off from work today, which was a fiasco. I'll tell you that here in a minute. But I was changing my clothes, and I was so tempted to put my pajamas on, and I asked him, I said, okay, do you want to go through a drive-through or do you want to go in and sit down somewhere? And he's like, well, do you really want to get back out? And I said, no, that's my point. I really want to put my PJs on. But I'm gonna go pick up. We have a little Greek place here. It's funny. It is a. Let's see. Let me see if I can remember how that works. It is a Greek and Italian restaurant. So they sell the gyros and stuff like that, which is what I like. And then, or that's how I pronounce them. That's how I was told to pronounce them. But I hear a lot of people saying gyros. It's Gyros. But I was told from somebody that was from Greece that said they are pronounced gyro. So that's how I've always pronounced them. But anyway, so they have those, but then they also do pizzas and stuff like that. And Jeremy likes their pizzas. So I'm going to get me the gyro and him a little small pizza. And then we'll have leftovers because neither one of us can finish it. So we'll have leftovers for tomorrow. And I was going to say something else. I was going somewhere with that thought, but I've just hit a brick wall. I can't think what I was going to say. But anyway, I'm going to go pick up dinner. So I did not put my pajamas on, even though I really, really wanted to. So today, I get up this morning, and I did my video this morning. And so as soon as I got my video done, I had all my stuff sitting in there ready to go. I loaded it all up.
made me a little coffee and had my water cup, and I was all ready to go. I loaded up in the Jeep, I took off, I go to work. I get to work, and one of the ladies that I work with was there, and so we were talking outside, and I'm walking up to the door, and I feel something hit my foot, and I look down. Well, I'm spilling coffee all the way. I'm wearing an off-white dress, a cream-colored dress. The whole thing is a cream color. And I look down, and I got coffee on my shoe, and then I look, I've spilled it all down the front of my dress. It wasn't real bad, but there were little spots there. Anyway, I'm thinking, well, crud, but I go in, and it's probably from about the knee down on my left side is where it was just dripping, and I didn't see. I had my cup tilted just right, but I couldn't see it. And if it hadn't hit my toe, I wouldn't have even realized. I turned around and looked. I mean, there's a whole line basically from my Jeep all the way to where I was standing, and I didn't see it until it hit my toe. Anyway, so I go in, and I put all my stuff down, and I'm looking at my foot and thinking, crap, what am I going to do? And then I realized I didn't bring my laptop to work. My work laptop. It's still sitting here at the house. It's a requirement while we're in training. I am required to bring it home every night because just in the event of an outage or anything like that, because class will not stop even if our office is shut down. So I'm required to do it. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me. So I texted my boss and I said, hey, I'm headed home. I forgot my laptop. I'll be right back. So I came running back to the house, grabbed my laptop, and I thought about changing, and I thought I didn't have time. I felt so bad, as it was, because I'm only about 10 minutes away, but that's 20 minutes plus the couple of minutes it took me to run inside, unlock the doors, and all the stuff getting in here. And I was just so frustrated. So this morning started off with it wasn't bad, but it was just one of those where you're like, oh, you got to be kidding me. And here I was on time. Everything was going fine. And then that. So anyway, but today went pretty good. We're just learning so much that I tell Jared, well, I know I said it on here too. I mean, literally my brain just, I feel like I'm not sure that I could even hold any more new information. I don't know. I don't know. The way they do it right now is we'll study a module or even just a portion, a couple of lessons in the module, and we take assessments just here and there. Not every topic has an assessment on it, but there's quite a few in there. And I'm doing okay on those because we're studying those and then we're taking the assessment right after that. But I'm worried about the final. I am so worried that I just am not going to remember all of this stuff. And it is just so much. And today was one of those days where you could tell, and she finally just said, we just kind of had some little things to do in the afternoon because she said, I can tell everybody is at their limit for the day. And we were. I mean, today was just one of those days that you're really having to think. You're doing math calculations plus applying policy to different situations, and it was just a lot. And I think she could see it on all of our faces where we were just like, we were done. We were done for the day. I'm going to turn the light on. Hold on. Okay. I realized I'm standing in here in the dark. But otherwise, it's not bad. And honestly, it is interesting. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. I don't know if it's my age, although there are a couple of much younger. I mean, like in there, I would just by looking at what they look like, I would assume mid to late 20s. Some of them maybe even early to mid 20s. I mean, a couple of them look really young. Although one girl says, I look really young, but it's a high schooler. So she never gives her age, or I don't remember if she did. And, but she definitely looks, if I had to guess just by looking at her, I would assume that she's mid 20s. So, but anyway, it's going good. It's just a lot. But the younger girls are even having they're even scratching their heads. So I'm like, okay, it's not just because I'm old. It's not just because I'm old. And there's, like I said, nobody gives ages, but there are 4 of us that I would assume are all roughly the same age group, within, 5 or 6 years, I guess, of each other. But anyway, it's interesting. But other than that, it was a decent day. The guy that I work with, he came over and talked to me for a little bit this afternoon and was asking how I was doing and stuff. And I guess he saw me sitting there kind of, I take a bunch of notes and I take a bunch of screen prints and make notes on the screen prints and stuff like that so that I can remember each one of these different topics. And like right now we're learning about life insurance and dividends and it just stuff that I never really had an interest in learning. Although some of it is pretty interesting because I didn't know some of the terms that they were talking about. I've never in my life heard of a life estate. So learned about that. And so at least I'm learning something. But he came over and he said, "You doing okay?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Well, can I help you with something?" And so we talked about a couple of different things and he was telling me some stories and he's like, and he's not the only one. Several people have told me, they said, "Look, you just got to get to the point where you realize you're going to make a mistake. I mean, it's just going to happen. The mistakes are going to be made. You learn from it and you go on." And I need to get that in my head that it's okay. There's going to be somebody there checking me, to make sure that, that everything's okay in the end. But anyway. But other than that, today went pretty good. Other than my crazy morning, everything did pretty good. And I was speeding a little bit on the highway. I really wasn't going crazy, but I was going about, 7-8 miles over the speed limit. Enough that they could pull me over if they wanted to, And I finally just had to tell myself, okay, I need to slow down. I'm going to be okay. And I told my boss, I apologized. I said, "I'm so sorry. I always set my purse by my laptop and that's where it was this morning. But when I got everything ready, I picked up my purse and my 2 cups I was taking with me and set them over by the door and never grabbed the laptop. So when I left, I didn't even think about it. I just grabbed my purse and the stuff and I left. So I got to remember not to do that again. But it just completely slipped my mind this morning. But she laughed and she said, "It's okay, it happens," because a lot of them take their stuff home too. Some of them work from home a couple of days a week. And so they lug their laptops back and forth too. So I guess I'm not the only one that's happened to, but I felt like a real dummy to do that. But anyway, so I hope y'all are having something good for dinner tonight. I'm going to have my gyro. It's so good. The meat in it is half lamb and half beef, and I love it. And I noticed a minute ago that you sent me a text with your marinade for your lamb, and I know you had sent it to me before, and I couldn't find it, so I'm glad you sent it to me again. I don't know if we're going to do lamb for Passover. I honestly have not even looked for it, so I'm hoping I can find some. If not, I do have some ground lamb in my freezer that I need to cook. It's been in there for a little while, so I need to, you know what? Now that I think about it, I might actually have a couple of those little bitty, I don't know if they're lamb steaks, but they're little bitty things. More like the size of like a beef medallion, but they're little bitty and they have a little bone in them. I don't remember what they're called. I don't remember what the cut is called. But I may have some of those in there, and I need to look at, if I do, I need to look at them because I know those have probably been in there since last year. Although I did put them in, if I remember what they're in, I put them in the, oh shoot, I always forget the name of that, the food saver things that sucks the air out of it. So they may be okay, but I need to check them to see. I need to do that. I need to do that within the next day or so that if I don't have it, maybe I can find some lamb. Sometimes Sam's will have it, especially just before Easter. They'll have some lamb. And every now and then the grocery stores will carry a little bit. I mean, you don't get a big selection around here. I don't know if y'all get a bigger selection, but sometimes I can find a little bit. So I need to look at that, but I'm not sure. If not, worst case, we'll do something else, but I would like to have a little bit of lamb. But anyway, I did see that you sent me that recipe, so I'll probably be trying it, especially if I do find those little steaks. I'll probably be doing that. And then maybe even if I don't, and all I have is that ground lamb, I may figure out a way to kind of manipulate the recipe and not make it a marinade and just make it a spice mix to put in the ground lamb and give it a really good flavor. That might be pretty good. So that's on my agenda sometime this week. Look for all that. But other than that, I think that's it. But tonight I'm going to have Greek food and he's going to have Italian food. Oh, that's what I was saying a minute ago. I knew I was getting with that story somewhere and then I dropped it. So they sell Greek and Italian food. I know I'm missing okay. They sell Greek and Italian food in Texas and they're from Germany. They're German. They have a really heavy German accent. Super nice people. Super, super nice people. But we go through there and they really have one of the best pizzas in town. Jeremy really likes them. And I like them too. They're really good. But I love that meat on that gyro. And it's served on, they put it on that big pita and serve it with the tzatziki sauce and some sliced onions and stuff. I love it. It's just good. So anyway, they're huge. And so I can get definitely 2 meals out of it. I could probably get 3 meals, but I end up feeding some of the extra meat. The dogs get some of it. They used to get the bread, but they don't get it anymore. But I'll let Stella have some and I'll let Artie have a little bit, but Frank's not allowed to have any of the bread. So anyway, they'll get a little bit of that tonight. They're usually happy when we bring stuff like that home because they know they're going to get something. So that's our agenda for tonight, and I'm determined to finish the one little crochet flower that I didn't finish yesterday, and I really want to get 2 more. If I can get 3 a night, and really if I made up for last night, I need to do 2, 3, 4. I need to do 5 total. So finish the 1 and then 4 more. Maybe I can. And since I left it laying in there where we're going to sit, so I'll see it, and I won't be as tempted to just get right on my phone. So hopefully if I can do that, then I can get enough. I need to count them too and find out how many I'm short. And then go back and recount and see how many I need to make the blanket. But I need to do that too. That way I don't want to over make them. Although the lady she gave a really good idea and she put it up to her hair and she said to make a really cute bow, or a head thing. And I thought Charlie would like that. And I have some pink ones. So if I made a couple of extras, I could just take one of the pink ones out and make her a little hair bow. She would be happy. Keely said she's really into the bows, which is kind of cool because there for the longest time, Keely couldn't keep a bow in her hair. You put something in there and she pulled it right out. But she's finally gotten to where she likes that. And she goes around and shows everybody her bow. She was telling me the other day she had her princess dress on and her princess bow. And she was very happy about that. And then if it's pink, that just makes it even better. So, still working on Maddie. I told her I was going to make her something with bows and stuff. And I told her I was going to make her something pink. But I did find out that she's really into purple right now. So, we're getting there with her. We're getting there. Tomboy is slowly starting to fade in that one. So, anyway, she did find out that she got the zoo crew. Maddie did. So, we're really excited about that. And if she told me when she gets to start, I don't remember. And then when we saw her the other day, I didn't ask. I need to remember to ask when she's going to start, but she was really excited about that. We're really happy. And I asked Alex about Mason because he I don't remember if I told you that he was applying for a job, and I don't think he got it. The last he heard was that they had taken the posting down. But, they're only 16, and so there's literally, I think, everywhere one place that you can go, and that's Sonic. Sonic will hire at 16. And I think that when they have a position, they have so many applicants that come in because all these kids are wanting jobs. So he's pretty sure that he didn't get it because the posting's gone and they didn't call him back. So I think they were a little disappointed. Mason was kind of disappointed, I think, over that. But hopefully they'll have another one soon. And he doesn't have that long to wait until he's 17. And there's a few more places that'll hire at 17. And then at 18, sky's the limit. So that'll be kind of nice if he's able to get something. So, but I think that's it. There's really not any more news about anybody. Austin's been feeling kind of puny the last couple of days. I texted him early and checked on him, and he said he's still feeling bad. So pray for him. He's not feeling good, and sure makes it tough when he's got to work and come home and take care of baby. But he does it, and he does it with a smile on his face. He does it, doesn't complain. He just gets it done. So that's all I can think of. I'm trying to think if there's any more updates on anybody, and I don't think so. Everybody's still just work and school and all the stuff. Nothing out of nobody's won the lottery and made it to where none of us have to work. Still wish that would happen, but I don't guess it's going to. Jeremy and I keep saying, well, we have to buy a lottery ticket to win, and we don't ever do that. So I don't guess we're ever gonna get that one. Every now and then when he's driving down the road and he sees the sign and it's at like 500 something million, he'll come in and say, I bought us a lottery ticket, and he'll go in and get 5 quick picks or however much, and then we sit and daydream about what we would do with all the money. And it's funny because, when we sit and daydream about it, we give most of it away. So, but it would be fun. We have fun sitting and playing out all these scenarios of what we would do with it. But I don't see that happening, especially when we only buy a ticket once every couple of years or whatever. So, but other than that, it's same as always. No news is good news, I guess, from anybody. And I know Keely and Zach are headed your way for Passover, which I'm excited about that. I think we're going to puppy sit for them so they don't have to take the puppy with them. And that he gets to come here and torture our dogs, which I think will be kind of funny. Artie's the one I worry about, though. He just doesn't take well to other critters being around, but he's just going to have to get over it. Their little puppy's really cute, but he's a puppy. He's busy all the time, like a little toddler. So anyway, I was going to go tonight when I got off work. I was going to stop at the grocery store to see if they had any more of that bacon on sale. And I got almost all the way home and remembered. Actually, that's not true. I remembered when I drove off and then got to talking. And then just kept driving toward the house thinking I just really didn't want to get out. So I'm hoping they still have some tomorrow and I can go tomorrow. Or I guess I could go, if I'm going to go pick up dinner, I could go by there first and then, but I know I won't because it's a completely different direction. I know I won't. So it'll be tomorrow. And hopefully they'll just have some left. I hope so. So one more thing I was supposed to do and just purposely didn't do it because I was being lazy. So I think that's it. I could sit here. I'm standing here while I'm talking and looking at these flower pots. These are still sitting here, and I left them up there on purpose so that I would not forget to put these avocado plants in some dirt, and I still haven't done it. I guess I could go do that right quick. I have some soil just right here in the carport, but I'm being really lazy. I guess I could do it. And I have my vanilla beans here. I don't remember if you ever did these, Mom, but did you make your own vanilla? I I don't remember you making it, but maybe you did. But I started making my own vanilla. Excuse me. I don't know. It's been a while. Actually, it's been years because the very first time I did it, I was in Odessa. The lady that I worked with there in Odessa, um, she and I were doing them together, and anyway, I love it. And the first time I made it, I used vodka, which is what you hear most. And one day I was watching this girl, and she was talking about how she made hers with rum. And I remember thinking, oh man, that just sounds that it sounds better. And so I went and I bought some rum. I don't know. That's probably been 2 years ago that I made it for the first time, and I just made a small jar because I didn't know if I would like it. Oh my gosh, it was so good. And so then I bought the big jar. And this has been a little over a year. And now I've given, I mean, it's a lot of vanilla, but I've given, I don't know how much. I think Keely and I just almost split it. She's gotten hers in two different times. Whenever her jar gets empty, she would bring it to me and I would just fill it back up. And anyway, so I'm down to just this last little bit here, but I bought me some more, and this time I'm going to do spiced rum. I've seen a couple of videos of people that have really liked the spiced, and I may because this one was good. Actually, this one is spiced rum. I'd forgotten. This one is spiced rum. So the other one I got was just I'm saying it backwards. This one is spiced rum, and the one that I got is just regular rum. So I'm going to try it. But this, oh my gosh, this stuff is awesome. And I'm definitely going to be making some more. So this is another thing. I set it out on the cabinet so that I wouldn't forget to go get my rum and redo this. I'm going to try to reuse these beans. This is the first time I used these beans, and I didn't split them. So I just put the whole bean in there. And it takes a good 6 weeks to get a decent vanilla flavor, but the longer you let it sit, and like I said, this has been almost 2 years because I started this at the other house. So almost 2 years on this. And I mean, the stuff that's in there now, it is so good. But I'm going to take these out. I'm going to reuse the beans, but I'm going to split them this time so that it'll infuse a little bit more flavor in them. And then after that, I'll get some fresh beans. I had ordered some beans, and I don't know what I did with them. I thought I had put them in my refrigerator because they'll go bad really fast, but I just dug all through there, and the only thing I can think is that I picked them up with something and threw them away, and because they're not here. I've looked everywhere for them, and I don't know what I've done with them. So I'm gonna do that, but that is good. It's easy. I mean, it's just the whatever alcohol you want to use. I mean, you use anything, and your beans, and that's it. And then just put it in a dark place and let them sit for at least 6 weeks, and you got vanilla. And I mean, it is good, way better than anything you could use at the store. And then when Jeremy and I went on the cruise, we bought some Mexican vanilla in Mexico. Oh my God, that stuff is good. That stuff is really good. And it's dark too. I don't really know. I don't know if it says on there what the alcohol is. Hang on, I'll get it. This is it. And I can't even read it. Let me turn a light on and see if that helps. It just, all it says is water, vanilla pods, and spirit at 36 or 38%. I can't read. I can't tell whether it says 36 or 38. It doesn't say, but I would assume some type of like maybe tequila or something. I don't know, but This stuff is really good, and it's really dark. I know it's in an amber bottle too, but the liquid itself is really dark. But we also got some from it's the same place that it is vanilla tequila, and I don't like tequila, but we stopped there because I specifically wanted the vanilla, and I was looking for it. I knew that when we were in Mexico, I wanted to buy the Mexican vanilla, and so we got over there. Well, they're always trying to sell you stuff and give you samples and stuff like that. And I don't know how many people we told no, we're okay, Well, we were standing there, and I mean, she was a good sales lady, and so she had these. They give you these little bitty cups, and they had this ice cold vanilla tequila. Mom, that stuff is dangerous. I mean, you couldn't taste the alcohol in it. It is so good. So I bought a bottle. I spent a lot of money. That should not have spent, but that stuff is so good. And I brought it home, and I had Keely and Zach. I don't think Alex and Tabby were here then, because they would have tasted it too. I don't think they were. I don't think we've seen them since, or I don't think they've all been here since we got back. But Keely and Zach were, and Keely was like, "Man, that stuff's good." And I said, I know. And I am not a tequila fan. Never have been. It gives me horrible heartburn. And this didn't give me heartburn, although I've only had like a little shot at a time. But man, that would probably make a really good vanilla Coke or something like that. Or I was on it. I mean, it's good enough that I drizzle a little bit over that of some ice cream or something would be good too. It would be real good. So anyway, maybe if I get to come see you, I'll have to bring it so you can taste it. It's good. Because the last time that we were in, I think it was, it wasn't Mexico. I didn't remember it being Mexico anyway. The last on the cruise before that we went on, and I don't remember where it was. I don't think it wouldn't have been Jamaica. That would have been rum. But anyway, it's a tequila also, and it's a coconut flavor, and it was just like that. I mean, you can't taste the alcohol. I mean, it's dangerous. I mean, you could drink it and you feel it long before you ever realize you're even drinking alcohol. But anyway, so that was my long-winded thing about vanilla, because it's sitting here, so I thought about it. But I guess that's it. I need to quit talking. I'm just going to sit here and talk. Let's see. It says this video has been going for 38 minutes. And I don't know how much of that I've been talking. Probably way too much of it. So I'm going to pick up a little bit in here. And I'm going to head out and go pick up some food so that I can have it back. I try to time it so that I get it back just as Jeremy's getting out of the shower. That way it's still hot and I don't have to reheat anything. So it is, yeah, he'll probably be here within 15 minutes or so. So I'm going to get off here and get us some dinner coming. And I may talk to you this evening. Otherwise, I'll see you in the morning. I love you, and I'll talk to you again.